Hey kids, Cousin Rich here from Castles, Capes, and Clones, and today, well, over a couple of days, we'll be unboxing all of the Marvel Legends Eternals figures. So join me on today's episode of Hyperspace Hijinx. So as I mentioned, or you've seen in the thumbnail, we'll be unboxing a whole bunch of Eternals figures. There are 11 figures in total, so we'll be breaking this up into 3 parts. So for part 1, we'll be unboxing Ajak, Pike, Fastos, Cersei, and Druig. So let's go. We're going to start with Ajak, who is the Prime Eternal, which is quintessentially the leader of the Eternals. She is played by Salma Hayek. You can see her figure here. Here's the back. As far as packaging, it's pretty much a typical Marvel Legends packaging. It does have Eternals on the bottom with their name, and then on the top you can see the Eternals symbol, and then the kind of art here. She does come with 2 heads and another set of hands. Now, we'll take a look at it closer on the box, but like, I'm not sure how I feel about how well she looks like Salma Hayek, but especially the one head. But we'll see when I open her up. All the other figures pretty much have the same packaging. We'll run through that. So this is Ajak. Let's go. This is Druig. See there. Here we have Pike. Whoa. Ouch. Here's Fastos. And lastly, we have Cersei. So again, starting with Ajak. One thing that I didn't mention is that, because it's not on Ajak, but like if we look at Cersei, you can see that there is a Build-A-Figure, which is Gilgamesh, which we'll do in part 3 of our series. There's a reason why. So Ajak, to get Ajak, she's actually a Walmart exclusive, or where I got her, which is going directly to the Disney parks. So she's available inside the parks, and I think also in World of Disney in downtown Disney. So I'm assuming also in Florida, she'll be available in the parks and also Disney Springs, World of Disney. Which is probably why she doesn't have a Build-A-Figure piece, because she's not available widely as the other ones are. So that's why. Another figure doesn't have it because she is a parks exclusive, and that is Athena, which we'll get to on the next video. So let's go ahead and open Ajak. Flash forward. All right. So here we go. Here we have, well, let's go through what comes with her. And that is a set of hands, which is kind of like the open palm-ish hands. And also an alternative head without the headpiece. There you go. And then the figure herself. There you go. Now, I mean, she has a typical kind of female Marvel Legends articulation. Not going to go through it all with every single figure, but like, unless I deviate, but pretty much, you know, full shoulder rotation, head swivel, kind of upper abdomen rocker, feet, and so on. I'm assuming they all kind of have the same-ish posability. So that's always a good thing. Let's focus on her face. I don't know if you can see that. Does that look like Salma Hayek? Well, it's funny with Hasbro and like Star Wars or Marvel. Like sometimes I really get it, and then sometimes I don't. Like I don't know about that. Definitely, I don't think in her alternative head. I don't know what that looks like. I think this head looks better. What do you guys think? Also, she has this weird kind of like forward neck pose thing. It looks like her neck's really, really long. I don't know why that is. So it makes it look a little bit awkward. But, you know, the rest of it, like her skirt thingy, is a softer plastic. And then she has a little cape. That's also a softer plastic. And the colors are pretty cool. Like, I saw the Eternals last night, and I really like their costumes because it's something different we haven't really seen in the MCU, and it has like a very, I don't know, like ancient Earth look to it, if that makes any sense. But there you go. Pretty cool. I'm not going to replace the hands, but you know, let's see how easy it is to take off the head though. Always feel like I'm gonna break it. There you go. Putting on the head. There's how she looks like without her headpiece. I don't know. What do you think? I think I prefer her other head with the headpiece. I should say at this point, I'm going to go through minor spoilers, only because I've explained who they are a little bit, like I like to do on this channel when I open figures, is give you a little bit of background. Ajax, like I said, is the Prime Eternal. She is the leader of the Eternals. Her power is that she's a healer. So, we see scenes where the Eternals get injured and she automatically, or, puts her hands around them and then heals them. So that's her power. So she is the team's healer. There you go. Now let's go to Fastos, because he's right here. Let's see with Fastos. Let's also go ahead and open him up and flash forward. Joink! Alright, so let's go through what Fastos comes with. He has another set of hands, which are his kind of fists. You can see there. And then he also comes with what looks like Gilgamesh's right leg, right? Which we'll get to in another video. And then here we have Fastos himself. Now, Fastos looks like a little bit different from normal male Marvel Legends. I mean, he has the same shoulder and arm articulation, his head swivels, but he also has the abdomen rocker, and I don't know if he has the waist one, and not the waist, so it's mostly the abdomen. It could be because of the way his costume is. It's like one kind of, I don't know what you call that, dress looking thing. The top part is like molded on, but then this part is a softer plastic. So a little more flow to it. So that could be why he's got a abdomen rocker. And of course, full articulation on the legs and feet. I like that his primary hands are kind of this open thing where he can kind of, if I can do this, go like this. Because what he does is he kind of is their technical guy, for lack of a better term. He's the one who kind of helps mankind advance in technology. Like he wanted to give them something way more complex, like back in ancient times. But the rest of the Eternals was like that takes him a little too far, and so he's like, all right, how about the plow? And so he kind of gives inspiration to humankind and giving them kind of tools to help push them to advance a little bit faster. So that's what he does. And then he comes up with a whole bunch of like tech stuff for the team as well, which I won't get into only because it's kind of spoilery. And they're doing yard work outside, so that's awesome. So as far as head sculpt, he is played by Brian Tyree Henry. And I think it actually definitely better than Ajak. Looks more like the actor. So, at least closer. He's got some weird head bump things, but whatever. But yeah, there you go. That is Fastos. Next up, we have Sprite. Who's the smallest member, but not necessarily youngest. So let's go ahead and open her up. Flash forward. Shunk. Alright, so Sprite comes with another set of hands, kind of like fist hands. So there. And also comes with Gilgamesh's body, which again, we'll see later. And then we just have Sprite. This is how she was posed. Obviously, she is a smaller member of the Eternals, but that's kind of how she is perpetually. So she still is as old as the other ones, but she just looks way younger. Her power is that she can create illusions. That's kind of cool. I like how her cape is actually molded on her. A little bit different than just being draped straight forward. A little bit of a wispy look to her. She also has same articulation. She has the upper abdomen rocker instead of just a waist swivel. And then, like all the rest, the same kind of leg articulation as well. Let's take a look at her head. Now, she is played by Leah McHugh. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I want to say her hair looks different in the movie. You know, this could be, like, Hasbro kind of gets early production photos and stuff, so I think she has more of a, not buzz cut, but like her hair is a little bit shorter, I think, in the movie. I would check again, but I want to say that is. Otherwise, again, she can have kind of her arms, and she's not in battle mode with fists, but she does not really fight per se. One thing that I kind of wish she came with, though, was a knife, because she kind of wields a knife in the movie. Again, if you've not seen it, spoilers. I mean, it's not a big thing, but like, she mostly does illusions and whatnot. But she does have a knife as well, which she does not use. As for how she looks compared to her, well, it's weird because like she's like smiling and stuff here. I think in the movie she doesn't really smile that much. So, what do you guys think? All right, let's go with Druig next. Yay! Flash forward. All right, like the other Eternals, he does come with another set of hands, and these are fists as well. And he does come with another piece of Gilgamesh, which is his head, which again we'll get to later. And then we have the figure himself. Now, going into the movie, I didn't know much about these characters, and from the trailers, I thought then maybe I wouldn't like this guy as much, because they make it kind of seem kind of shady in the trailers. But after watching the movie, he's actually one of my favorite characters. He is played by Barry I don't know how to spell his or pronounce his last name, so I apologize for that. But he is a character named Druig, not to be confused with Druid. So there's that. Like Fastos, he does have an abdomen rocker, which is again isn't as typical for male Marvel Legends figures. He does have kind of like the soft shoulder pads here, so his arm articulation doesn't go, like you'll see this one doesn't go as high. But his abdomen rocker is actually pretty loose. Whee! And then of course he has a soft plastic for his drape part thing. Is there a name for that for this outfit? I don't think it's called a dress, but it's like a skirt thing. Looking at his face sculpt, I think it looks pretty close to what he looks like. I think this figure has more pronounced eyebrows than the character does in the movie. But, you know, whatever. I really like the Eternals outfits. Like, they're so simple, but like there's intricacies in the details and design in it. Makes them look cool. Druig's power is that he has mind control, mind manipulation, which is kind of cool, but also kind of creepy. So when he does it, then you see all the characters he is controlling, their eyes kind of glow, and they look almost zombie-like. But that's a pretty powerful thing to do. And like I said, like the trailers, I'm like, I don't know if I'm like this character, but I really like him and who he is in the movie. So there is Druig. And last for this session is Cersei. So let's unbox her. Flash forward. Shoop. All right, so she does come with another set of hands. This is a little bit different. She does have a fist. But then she also has this kind of like, I don't know what to call that. It's like her two fingers. I don't know if you see that. Two fingers kind of thing. Beep, 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 beep. This is kind of cool, actually. I might actually put that on her left hand. She also does come with Gilgamesh's left leg, right leg, another leg. Figure out when to put them together. And then we have Cersei herself. Which she has the kind of common female stature for Marvel Legends. Again, the rocker abdomen kind of thing. Full articulation everywhere else. And then her face sculpt. She is, of course, played by Gemma Chan, who is no stranger to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as she did play a Kree in Captain Marvel. So how can she play both characters? One, she doesn't appear that long in Captain Marvel, and she's blue. So it's almost indistinguishable, whereas she has a very prominent role in the Eternals. So her power is that she can transmutate things on a molecular level. If you're a DC fan, kind of like Firestorm, she can basically turn in unsentient things into other things. So, as she puts it in the movie, she can turn a rock into water. She can turn a rock into air or whatever. She can turn, a tree into feathers or whatever. So that's pretty cool power, actually. So, and then her face sculpt. I mean, kinda looks like Gamma-chan. But also, I mean, it could be better, I think. I don't know. What do you think? I do like, again, I really like the design of their costumes. Some people might think it's a little simple, but I think if you look at the details, that's where they shine. Definitely. So there's the first batch, right? Let's see if I can get them all on a shot here. So there you go. Part 1 of the Eternals. Whee! So there you go, kids. That was part 1 of the Eternals. If you enjoyed that, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel where I do a lot more of these. I also travel to Disneyland a lot. My cousin and co-pilot Loren also unboxes a lot of Disney stuff, pins, does the swaps with other content creators. And every Thursday we try to do a podcast where we talk about Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars news. So yeah, lots of stuff comes regularly. So that's it. Be sure to tune in for the next part of this, where we unbox the rest of the Eternals team. And then for part 3, where we unbox the villain and also put together the Build-A-Figure, Gilgamesh. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.